Hello viewer, hope the day is treating you right. We are continuing exactly where we left off last time. Last time, Aram found an ancestor that could somehow talk. And that just led to further questions, which our poor boy hasn't really been processing. I think it's gonna hit him all at once he's out of this place. So we could go to the right, or go down this ladder. I think this is going to be a dead end, so let's start with this. Okay, and there was the disarm. Oh, what's this? A bandage and perfect metal. That's nice. Little bit of upgrades. And down still. Ooh, that's a lot of bad guys. Okay, I kinda like this weapon. And another wetting stone. Really haven't been using those. Even though they probably are meant to be used here. To make things a little easier. Okay. So, here he is. I think the main thing about these ancestors that have been sticking to my mind lately is the fact that their heads are reptilian shaped, and since we basically established by omission, I think really, that there are no animals on this island whatsoever. So really, can't blame Aram for this, but it actually does not say that it's reptilian. Because these people have no concept of animals. But clearly, these came from somewhere else. I mean, at this point, it is very obvious that there are at least other islands or other civilizations underground. We will see how that goes. Now, I do not trust the cracks in the floor here. I have a feeling it's going to break, and then we will be stuck down there. And that would make Aram miss the deadline, and maybe Tala would go after him, and then he would see stuff that he was not meant to see. And he would definitely not take it as well as Aram. We will see. Yep. What did I tell you? It was such an obvious tell. I was falling. Before I could comprehend what was happening, my entire body was weightless. I was too shocked to even yell out. Amongst the dust and shattered rubble of the bridge, I plummeted downwards into the darkness. I'm going to die. My head seemed to be screaming at me. I'm going to die. For real this time. For every instant of free fall, the enveloping terror and nausea that filled me grew with my certainty that I wouldn't survive the impact. Suddenly, I felt my shoulder and lower back collide with a hard object. My body erupted into pain and it sent me spinning away. Turning rapidly in free fall, I felt as though I continued to pick up speed. Again, a small collision. This time, my legs screamed with searing hot pain. It hurts so much. Oh God. It hurts. I felt the racing of my own pulse in my eyes as blood rushed to my skull. When is it going to happen? When am I going to hit my head? That's when I'll die. I'll break my neck and bleed out at the bottom of this chasm. Between every sharp breath, my body seemed to collide with something else. It felt like rope or cords of some sort. They seemed to arrest my momentum for a short moment before the tension tore them apart. I thought about closing my eyes. I couldn't see anything to begin with. Yeah, that was my question. It kinda seemed dark in there. That's gonna be the worst. But I began to realize something. Am I slowing down? Falling through another set of cords, I felt my body spin sideways and decelerate somewhat. I was sliding against some sort of slanted surface, rolling. It was gradual enough that I hadn't collided with it too forcefully. I continued to slow, still rolling on my side. It was dark. Very dark. At last, I seemed to arrive at some sort of edge and fell a final short distance. With a resonating impact, my body crumpled onto the hard, flat ground. Oh boy. You will be lucky if you have any intact bones in your body, my guy. My head spun and my limbs felt like lead. I'm still alive. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Are my legs broken? I tried to move them. Pain erupted from my lower body, but I could feel my feet and move my toes. My heart beat rapidly. What do I do? What do I... My head was pounding. I need to try and sit up. Throughout the motion, I was forced to clench my teeth to keep from yelling out in pain. I can't tell if I've broken any limbs. But my arms, legs, shoulders and ribs are badly bruised at the very least. My fall slowed coming down through the cables and when I came up against that incline. I suppose it was enough to avoid lethal injury. I held deathly still, trying not to make the pain any worse. Ooh, poor guy. I was hyperventilating too. Well, no shit. That was a literal near-death experience that had nothing to do with combat. Of course, that's gonna shake you like nothing ever before. I can't get my breathing under control. I should be relieved, right? I almost died, again. But I lived. Why? Why won't my heart stop beating? How far have I fallen? I need to climb back up. Can I climb back up? What will I do if I encounter ancestors down here? Oof. Yeah. Sitting at 5 HP. He is very much in pain. Ah, what is this place? This way is a dead end. Abandoned crop facility. Oh, so are these... maybe hydroponic basins. Very interesting. So the people that were down here... Oh. Well, okay then. What happens now? Ah, I see. Checkpoint over here. Well, as I was saying. So we know that people were living down here. And they were trying to, I think, bioengineer plants. Maybe to better live underground, so that would tell me that they have come from the surface. wherever that was. But they did something that made all the crops fail. And then they had the famine and starved. And whatever happened to them happened. But I think at this point it is safe to say that whoever was down here were not actually the ancestors of these people, or maybe just a handful that got out. But I think something is amiss here. There is a bigger piece of the puzzle we're just not seeing yet. Also, what the fuck is up with this guy? Looks like two ancestors stitched together. How does that even work? Okay, really need this. Okay, try to get a feel for this guy. Okay. Need to get my breath a little. Okay. Alright, what did it drop? White powder, wetting stone. Okay, so just the usuals. Oh, there's another one. Okay, there goes the last of my wound kit. That's gonna be a problem. There we go. Wow, these are dropping quite a number of things. Okay, we are having so many white powders, which are for fracture. That kinda tells me that we probably should be having them. Since we're out of wound kits anyway, let's equip these over here. And then we will see. So, nowhere to go but up, huh? Okay. And now there's two of these things. That's more like it. Yeah, so wetting stones are necessary at this part, okay? So there's the way up. Okay, let's get you first. Alright. Wow, these guys are just a treasure trove of parts, huh? I wonder why. Maybe these are built wrong or something. There we go, getting the hang of it again. So, where are we now? Merciful God, I recognize this area. I can't continue further in this condition. I need to leave right now. I need to leave now and go home. I need to recover before anybody notices I'm hurt. Oh God. Oh God above. There must be some way around the missing bridge. I can make it back. I can make it back. I can make it. I can't. No more for tonight. Oh God. Alright. Sure, I'll cut you some slack. Probably the first thing that you collided was a cross beam. So maybe there is a way. Okay, so here we are. Is this gonna be... Ah, how convenient. Service tunnel that leads to the other side. And now we open it. Yeah, okay, and now we are back here. That's good. What an ordeal, huh? Oh, and we're skipping the entire part, huh? Aram, merciful God, I was getting worried. You've been gone for way too long tonight. Okay, here's the deal, Aram. You can actually tell him that you fell down and had to find a way back up. That's not gonna be suspicious. This is an old place. And a little crumbly, so... He would believe that, I think. It's been well over. I'm sorry. Ooh, the boy looks rough. Yeah, I don't think you can actually talk your way out of this one. Unless you do tell some of the truth. And say that the place crumbled. Yeesh. God above. You're hurt. Aram, what the hell? I just fell while I was walking, Tala. Okay, see, there we go. You're not gonna mention how big of a drop that was, but... Yeah, all these bruises. It wasn't an ancestor. I'm okay. It's nothing too serious. You look terrible. If the others see you like this, I'll pull my minash over my face. It'll be fine. Please, just... I know. I know it looks bad. But I'm not in danger. I just tripped. Aram, is that really the truth? Of course. No. Don't answer so quickly. Tell me what's really wrong. Tell me what happened. Tala, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm mostly angry with myself for being careless. But I'm telling the truth. It wasn't an ancestor. I see. Yeah, all in all, I don't think it could have gone any better than this. Our shift ended, and I left in haste with my minash pulled low. I didn't even stop to say goodbye to the other 2 sentries. I was trying desperately to hide my limp. Reaching the alleyway outside my house, I stopped and sat down. My body ached in protest, and I gritted my teeth. My heart was still racing. It hadn't stopped since I came to at the bottom of that chasm. What is this feeling? I'm so afraid. Yeah, that one's called trauma. It seemed it was finally catching up with me. Thoughts of that day under the evening sun. The ancestor that silently murdered Kian and Riash. The darkness of the well, and the many horrors that stalked me within its endless halls and rooms. I had been pretending I wasn't afraid before, of course. In front of Sachi, Mom, Khan, Brava, Tala. But I was doing just as good a job at fooling myself. I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. I should head inside. I'll sleep it off. The pain in my body and my racing heart. Surely I won't even remember tomorrow. It's the festival, right? That will take my mind off things. I don't have time to be afraid. And once again, he does his thing of pushing everything away from his conscious mind. I think you should really let yourself feel this one, my guy. Otherwise, you're gonna crash down again. Only this time with someone else with you. And that's not gonna be pretty. Not at all. I have so much work to do in the well. So much to uncover. I can't possibly stop anytime something like this happens. I won't stop until it's done. And there you go, telling yourself that, since that is the only thing that can push you forward, I think. At this point, if RM ever stops, I don't think he's gonna start back up again. There you are. So, get this. Brava was telling me earlier about how... Hey, Khan, I'm pretty tired tonight. I think I'm headed to bed. Huh? You can sleep in a second, this is funny. Not now. Really. I'll hear it tomorrow, okay? Alright then. It's the festival though, remember? We're off work. You didn't forget again, did you? That was super embarrassing for you last time, if you recall. I didn't forget. Good night. Oh goddamn, he just looks so miserable. Oh, it's making my heart ache. Good night then. Yeah, he can tell something's off. Just the other day, he told him how your new sentry job is basically just nothing but sitting around. And now you come here like this. Yeah. Can't even talk to him about this. And he just looks on, worried. Probably thinking in his head about everything. He's a good friend, even though he's an ass. I wish we could talk to him about this. Okay, let's get a little bit of energy. Maybe strength. You don't really need vitality if you don't get hit. Maybe one more resist. Okay, looks nice. Alright. And now, let the day finally end. I woke the next morning feeling somewhat better. My body ached, of course, but my head was clearer. I really hope you at least cleaned up some of your scrapes before going to bed. Otherwise, that shit's gonna get infected. And you really don't want that. Quietly pulling myself out of bed, I changed out of my torn clothing and tied up my hair. I tried to think over what I'd done last night in my vacant state. I had acted far too strangely when I came home. I was in pain, exhausted, and afraid. I think I was a bit short with Canary, and Tala too. I should try and offer some sort of explanation. Just so Khan doesn't think anything's weird. Well, okay then. Wait, if today's the festival, and everyone is off work, that obviously shouldn't count for sentries, right? Like that's the only thing that they really need to be consistently aware of, the ancestors, I mean. So is RM off the job or no? That's the question. Morning. You feeling okay? Good morning. I'm fine. Sorry about last night. I've been, really tired from work lately. I seem to recall you telling me that all you do is sit around. Yeah, see? He listens. Well, yeah, but... come on, man, I'm joking. Don't worry about it, I understand. Thanks, Con. And anyway, there are far more important things to discuss today. Oh? Our festival day plans, of course. The one day a year we have entirely to ourselves. Prav and I were discussing the itinerary yesterday. Ah, of course. What did she have in mind? Well, the ceremony starts just after sundown, right? Once your lady love Sachita is done with her bit in the procession. Please don't call her that. We can all enjoy the festivities for a little while. It's been too long since the four of us all hung out like old times, you know. Very true. I guess I'm partially responsible for that with my disappearance and all. Well, I wasn't going to be the one to say it. But anyway, we were thinking we'd head to the tree afterwards and have our own after party. Alright then. Sounds like a good idea. But hey. What are we going to do until then? What, did you have plans? No? Did you? No. Well then. Aha. Seems like we're on the same page. Shall we engage in our yearly festival day tradition of bumming around and doing absolutely nothing? It would bring me no greater pleasure. Oh, and just like that, we're skipping an entire day, huh? With that, Canary and I boldly stepped out onto the street, aimless and with no destination in particular. We wandered the settlement, going anywhere that seemed to call us at that moment. Taking back streets and poking our heads into any buildings that left their doorways uncurtained. We passed the time with simple talk and bad jokes. The conversation was wholly unremarkable, of course. It was the sort of talk between two friends who'd known each other for a very long time, so it really didn't matter what was said in particular. Just guys being guys. Even if it was the same inside joke we'd been telling for years, or a story we'd heard 1,000 times, just hearing it and laughing with good company was enough for us both. In all honesty, calling our excursions through the settlement a tradition was a bit grandiose. You would think that given a single free day a year, we would spend weeks planning precisely what we wanted to do to take full advantage. Yet, year after year, Canary and I found ourselves both too lazy and without any inspiring ideas to make a big event of it. So, it became our little ritual to simply laze about and enjoy the warm weather. It was nice. I found myself appreciating it more than ever that day. It distracted me from the many things on my mind. Initially, I had been a bit worried that Khan would be prying at me more, given my strange behavior last night. But of course, I was worried over nothing. This was Canary after all. He and I never talked about anything particularly serious. I never thought it was too strange, honestly. We just didn't have that sort of relationship. I could tell if Khan was upset or feeling down, of course. But I knew asking him about it, even if it seemed like that was what I was supposed to do, only made him uncomfortable. Of course, whenever there was drama with Canary, more often than not, Brava was involved somehow, and I certainly never wanted to come between them. So I simply never pried on anything personal, and I was grateful that he did the same for me. I find I'm reserved about my feelings in a similar way. Maybe that's why we get along so well. Who knows? Surprisingly, our day of doing nothing in particular slid by quickly. Yeah, that tends to happen. Canary and I soon found that the sun was beginning to set, meaning the festival would be starting in a short few hours. He had to return to the kiln for final preparations, but told me to come find him and Brava as soon as it got dark. Okay, are we getting a little bit of free time? Because I don't really want this episode to run too long. And I have a feeling whatever happens at the festival itself is gonna deserve its own episode. Apparently, we would meet up and then find a good spot to watch the procession from. Waving him away, I find myself with a bit more free time to kill. I'll go meet Canary and Brava in maybe an hour or so. Until then... Okay, so now we have a little bit of free time. When you're ready, meet up with Canary and Brava for the Sunlight Festival. Okay, we can do that. Next time. For now, thank you for watching. If you like this story, then please give the video a like. If you're new here, check around the channel. I might have something else that is to your liking. And as always, I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves and have as good a day as you can make it. Goodbye.